Alright. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of Sabbat Dinner Theater. In this scene, we see James Graham walking into his Project Haven, going to go through the secret entrance within the sub-basement that takes him to an abandoned staircase, which leads all the way up to the top floor, which has not seen a single living visitor in quite some time. There is one, if you call it living, individual within this floor. However, she has been quite cowed with James Graham domineering personality and is nothing more than a sniveling, ghoul at this moment, a receptacle of some of Yo-Yo's old acquaintance. James Gang can't quite remember at the moment. He goes ahead and he looks at the locked door in front of him with the several rather visible locks and chains and simply produces one key. And instead of unlocking any of these various locks before him, he just goes ahead and turns around and unlocks a rather unassuming janitor's closet at the end of the hallway. Walks in. It seems to be the actual entrance to this haven. Quite cold here. The winter months have not been kind. At the moment, everything has a chilly frost to it. Not that James Graham would notice anything other than a bitter coldness. There, and is dutifully attentive, quite surprised that her Domadaire has, returned. Ever since the curfew started, she's beginning less and less visitors by him. But Graham pays her no notice. She is simply part of the scenery, part of the furniture. A fixture of the haven, but not an actual individual of it. Not an actual residence. He goes ahead to the small bedroom that is within this domicile. There, amongst the happy flower pictorials, are two quite dead, torpid bodies. One of the gangrel Yo-Yo, whose head, face, and neck has been rather decompressed due to a recent shotgun blast to the face. And one female canine, who actually has a bit of wooden boat decking lodged within her chest, penetrating her chest, reaching the heart, and effectively staking her, keeping her still at the moment. James Graham goes ahead and looks around the apartment, sees if he can't find any syringes, he can quite easily enough. A dirty syringe already used, perhaps by some meth head. He doesn't really care at the moment. It's well enough, but in order to honor whatever attachment he has for Lenore at this moment, goes ahead and takes pains to sterilize it with boiling water and any kind of sanitizing liquid he can possibly find. He goes ahead and, right alongside the stake, he goes ahead and punches the needle into her chest, into her heart, and pulls back the plunger just a tiny bit, just enough to get that potent vitae that will revive his pack mate there. He goes ahead and, after taking the vitae, goes ahead and stores it in a locked box for use later. But he goes ahead and looks at the torpid female canine before him. He goes ahead and makes chains to go ahead and strap her to the bed. Her wrists and her ankles, as well as her torso, are now belted with leather belts to the mattress and the tiny steel frame of the bed. He goes ahead and places his hand on the stake and just reaches back.
Lenore's eyes pop open and she just looks around wildly. She obviously is scared as fuck. Um, Her eyes go towards any side of the room. She looks at James, and for a moment you can see that she's a little confused, as this is not a face that she was expecting. And then she just looks around the room, and she sees that torpid body of Yo-Yo, well, with his head all blown up into pieces, and she just screams at that point. She obviously looks terrified as fuck.
Alright, with the screaming, James Graham is just going to go ahead and take a steel bridle and just shove that bar into her mouth. Just like, shut the fuck up! Don't fucking scream.
She tries to scream, but after a few minutes, not a few minutes, like half a minute, she gives up and she just looks at James' big scared eyes, and she doesn't seem to recognize him.
Okay, right. Sorry for what I had to do back there, but, are you cool? Just, I'm gonna remove the bridle, but I'm only gonna remove the steel if you promise not to scream.
She tries to nod, but
James Graham goes ahead and will actually go ahead with his Aspect's abilities pierce into her mind to see if she's genuine with this acceptance.
mm, I don't know exactly what it does, but what you kind of feel, you feel like she is so terrified. She'll do anything to well, she will do anything to please this stranger. That's basically what you sense.
It's like, yeah, man, still don't trust me. It's quite a bit of disappointment. I thought the blood cup would actually bring us closer, but guess not. He goes ahead and takes away the steel from her mouth and said, "You gonna behave?"
She just looks at him and she nods and she basically whispers, "Are you are you gonna kill me?"
You're already dead.
No,
No, no, no. You are so totally dead.
you mean? And she looks around again, shivers as she sees the body of Yo-Yo again. And is, is this this is not heaven? This is not. Are you Petrus?
Am I what?
Peter?
I'm no, I'm no saint, and depending on who you talk to, this is in fact hell.
But is this hell? Am I? I thought I always did good.
I, dude, what is wrong with you?
What what do you mean? I mean, is this if this is hell, then where's the brimstone? Where's the fire? Are you him?
Like, well, okay, well, is that what you think hell is? You think hell is fire and brimstone and a lake of eternal fire and flame and lava where you're just going to get pitched in, where you're going to scream in agony and writhe and all that pain? No, 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 that's not it at all. Hell is cold. Hell is chilling. Hell is abandonment. Hell is being locked away in a very, very small box and never being able to get out.
But the Bible said that she just stops and she looks generally confused at this point. She tries to move her arms, and then she finds out that she can't. They are strapped to the bed.
James is going to go ahead and take a folding chair seat and just wrench it open with a loud squeaky sound that plastic and steel usually make, and just sit next to the bed and sort of lean over with his hands clenched and his elbows on the mattress as he just looks down at the face of this female canine and says, "Did you finally crack? Is that it?" "Dude, it's me. It is James."
I, huh? I don't know anyone named James. I've never read about you. You're not. No, you're messing with my head. Where are we? What are you
I,
gonna do with me? If this is hell and if I'm dead, then what's gonna happen?
James is going to continue the charade by saying, "I'm going to take you into my pack of vampires. We're going to drink the blood of people, of all the other sinners in this hell that aren't vampires."
No, this, huh? Uh, I don't. She looks very, very confused at this point. She still tries to understand what's being said. There's no such thing as vampires. And, well, maybe here in hell it might be, but if this is hell, why does it look like, I don't know, vampires don't exist.
No, 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 no. We very much do exist. This is definitely hell, and you're a motherfucking vampire. Deal with it.
You're a devil, you're trying to screw with my mind. It's not gonna work.
Oh, really? And James Graham, knowing that he can't actually use any discipline of dominate, knows for a fact that he can actually spend a bit of himself, extend a little bit of effort, and implant a thought into her brain. Not a suggestion, but just a single thought into her brain. Then she goes ahead and yes, exactly. She is going to go ahead and throw into Lenore's pretty little head the blood cup. The first blood cup. The one with all the other time bandits around, with the helmet and the blood overflowing it, the various injuries that the time bandits had caused to themselves by jumping off, the bones, the cracked ribs, the supplicants around that Havoc attended to. He's gonna plant the image of her drinking such a cup.
At the point that she remembers this, If she would have been a mortal, then all the blood would have drained from her face. But as she isn't, but you can clearly see that memory, it terrifies her, and she's like, oh my God, what did I do? Oh God is never gonna forgive me this.
What
She actually
has
starts praying.
James Brown's gonna go ahead and slap her across the face. Just no, stop that. No. You don't pray to him here.
She continues.
James Brown continues slapping her, saying, "There is no God here. You're a vampire. You sold your soul to hell."
She she continues until the prayer is done, and then she's just gonna look at him, still visibly scared, and she's just gonna say, "You are the devil, and I'm not gonna listen to you. You may kill me. You may. I don't know what made me do that, but you must have tricked me. I saw you there. This is not true. This is false. This is. I'm I'm not gonna listen to you."
But don't you understand? I'm here to help you. I didn't make you do anything. You were already a vampire before you even came to me. Don't you remember? Scared, lost, alone, underground, in a tunnel. There was a light at the end of it, and you encountered me, but you were already changed for the worse. I just led you into the light, led you back here to hell.
You are. No, you're messing with me. This is not true. Stop it. I'm not listening to you.
And that's okay. You don't have to listen to me. You can rot here, for all I care.
I'd rather rot in hell than do that ever again. I am a good person. I live to the best of my ability. And you have messed with my head enough. It's just, oh, the birds, and I don't know what you did. I don't know who she is, but she must have helped you.
Who's she?
I don't know. She never told me, but she looked the same as I do. She asked me things, and then she kissed me, and I felt weaker and weaker. And now you are here. This must be a dream. This must be a test of God.
Like, I don't know what kind of test he would have here. All I know, and James Graham is going to go ahead and take the body, torpid Yo-Yo, and just throw it on this poor Cainite, is that you caused this!
She's just gonna scream as this body gets thrown on her, and she just looks straight into the exploded face of Yo-Yo, and she's just gonna scream again.
James Graham, hearing the scream, is going to take the steel bit and force it into her mouth again. You see what you caused? You owe him, and you owe me for what you did.
I didn't do anything.
It's like, no, it wasn't you. It was that sneaky Nosferatu with the freaking shotgun. No, you didn't tell Yo-Yo the duck. Or you didn't warn him about the shotgun that's going to be put into his face. No, you did nothing. You let it happen.
Huh? Woo?
James Graham is going to go ahead and not necessarily invade her mind any further or implant any suggestion or any memory into her brain, but he's just going to go ahead and monitor her surface thoughts at the moment.
Mm, the thoughts are basically there's that terror that's still very present. There's also confusion, and she obviously has no clue what you're talking about.
It's like after a while, James Graham will just say, even if she's screaming or complaining, just calm the frick down. I'll take the bit out again.
She stops screaming, but she's still obviously panicking as there is a body lying on top of her, which is obviously that dead. That guy is dead. So there's a dead guy lying on top of her, and she has no clue what is going on, and she's scared shitless. But apart from that, she's not screaming at this point anymore.
Right. Good, good, good. James Graham's going to go ahead and take the bit out and go ahead and remove Yo-Yo from her. In fact, he's going to go ahead and throw Yo-Yo into the main commons for the moment and scream at Anna, look after this one. He closes the door behind him, shutting it out. Turns back to this female canine, look down at her, and think, you honestly don't know what's going on.
And she just stares back at him. She doesn't really know what to say to this. She's just looking at him, his big scary eyes, and
James Gann's going to go ahead and return to the folding chair, resume his position. Okay. What's the last thing you remember?
I told you, I just told you.
Okay. Before that.
I don't know how long I was trapped there. They made me watch all the birds. Oh my god, and then they filled the room with it. It was so terrifying.
Before that.
Um, she has a hard time focusing at this point as she remembers the bathroom with all the birds that are there and with another woman as she's lying strapped above a bathtub. But she tries to remember further back. She's like, it's going home. There was this guy, and he asked if I wanted to go to a party. He was very, it was beautiful.
James Gann is just going to go ahead and keep reviewing this K-Knight's surface thoughts only. And what I presume is that this scene did in fact take place, but not from the perspective of this apparent personality.
Well, if you look at her thoughts, you can see the image of Warren Knight, who is walking in Briarville and just basically ask if he's using presents, and a lot of females will gather around him, and he will take them to a person that James will recognize as Lenore, and she picks out two females, one of them being a red-headed woman, or basically being this person, and she takes them with her.
Okay? Before that. Before that man.
Um, I don't know, just work, um, staying in the city, not much. Just I worked at the supermarket, and I just returned from my job. And what do you want to know before that? It's the fact that I packed groceries all day, the fact that I ran away, the fact that I lived together with my best friend and her boyfriend, and
You are so freaking broken.
I'm broken because of the
Really,
birds.
really broken.
Why do you want to know all this? What's going on? You say I'm
Because
dead, but why do you, if I'm dead, why do you want to know these things?
because I don't think you actually think that you're dead yet.
This doesn't look like hell.
Oh, let me enlighten you to the fact that you are indeed dead. James Graham will go ahead and take two fingers and go ahead and place them where you would expect the pulse of a normal human to be on the artery along the neck, and just sort of rest it there.
Oh my God! It really takes a while for her to realize that she doesn't feel any heartbeats. She doesn't feel anything.
James Graham will go ahead and say, "You can check for yourself," as he goes ahead and unclasps the left wrist first.
She immediately goes to her neck and feels, and she places her hand on her chest to feel if there's indeed a heartbeat, and she doesn't feel anything.
In fact, she feels rather cold, clammy, dead skin.
But I'm dead? What? But is I don't get it. This doesn't look like hell. If I wouldn't know any better, this would look like, I don't know, some kind of bedroom.
The congratulations, God abandoned you.
He would never. He would
God,
never. He wouldn't. He would not. Don't say that. He would not abandon us.
look. All I'm gonna say, if that there was a loving, kind God that was totally powerful and totally knew everything, do you really think he would have just forgotten you like this?
He has a
You're not
reason for
even in
everything.
hell.
He has a reason for everything.
It's like my ma'am. You're not even in hell. God totally forgot about you. When he was reaping the souls in the
No,
final apocalypse,
I'm
he
not
didn't
listening
take
to
you
you.
to heaven, he didn't take you to hell, he left you here with us. Isn't that fantastic?
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it. He takes care of all his children.
Right now, James Graham is giving you a wide smile and showing his fang canites.
Oh my God! What are you?
Vampire, told you.
No, no. That doesn't exist. It's just not true.
Really now? There's no such thing as a blood drinking abomination that goes around and steals the lifeblood of, regular good Christian men and women?
That would be the work of the devil. It's not true. It's not true.
Well, it is true. It is definitely true. I am definitely, an ambulatory corpse that feasts on the blood of the living, and in fact, I can give that blood back to other people. Like this. James Graham goes ahead and takes his fang canites, rips into his own wrist. He just goes ahead and dribbles a little bit of a dribble onto the neck of the female canine before rounding the cheek and the lips as well.
As soon as he comes close with his wrist, she tries to, with her one free arm, she tries to pull it all away from her.
He's like, nope, 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 you're hungry, aren't
Don't
you?
come closer, don't come closer. But at the same time, she did spend some blood the previous night, and also he took some blood points from her. I don't know how much, but as she actually starts to smell the blood, you can feel that the strength, which wasn't all that much to begin with, it's sort of lessened. She still wants to put him off, but there's something about that in her that appeals. The blood seems to appeal to that part. And as she feels the blood on her cheek and then on her lips, she's just involuntarily she just licks her lips, and then she immediately clasps her hand in front of her mouth just to make sure that there's not any blood will enter her mouth. But she just looks scared at him. She's like, this is not happening to me. This is not happening to me.
But you licked it. You actually licked it. You
Shut
got it
up.
into yourself.
Shut
Didn't it
up.
taste good? Tastes awesome, didn't it?
Shut up. And she just screams that.
James Graham at this moment is just, not going to go for subtly, just going to go ahead and sock her in the face, reminding her, saying, what did I tell you about being quiet?
She quiets down, but she's not buying this. She's just like shaking her head, and she's just whispering. She keeps whispering to herself, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true.
You're so hung up on this not being dead thing.
It's probably just a test. It's a test.
You want a test? I can totally give you a test and a trial. And James Graham is going to go ahead and open the door up to the small room and ask for Anna to come in. Anna's a mousy little woman who comes into the room, and she's quite full of that fantastic, fantastic lifeblood. You can hear the veins within her and the heart within her pumping blood to every single part of her body, from the top of her head to her tiny, tiny toes.
Mm, she is just she stops the whispering, and she just looks at that woman. She can feel the hunger roaring a little bit inside of her. Luckily enough, she didn't lose enough blood to make fancy checks. So she's just gonna look at it, and she's you can feel the hunger, but she's trying to deny it. She says, I don't know what you're trying to do. But it comes out just a little bit too quick.
Now, she, pointing at Anna, is alive. Very much alive. She's in hell too, like you, but she's alive.
If she's alive, she can't be in hell. She doesn't have a place in here then.
No, no, no. Like I said, you're mistaken. God abandoned you. God abandoned all of us, the entire world. There is no hell because this is hell. All the sins that you tried to stop committing, all the whispered words of forgiveness that you prayed to him, fell on, deaf ears.
It's not true.
Really, really, you gonna deny that? Just like you denied, not having the blood cup? Just like you denied the fact you didn't sell your soul to me already?
I. How can it be true? How can this? It's no. It's not true. It's not true, is it? No.
Look, I know you're scared. I know you're confused. Hell, I was confused coming into this. But you know what? I realized a few things. Um, Maybe he did leave you, but there are a few people who will never leave you.
And they are.
There are people that you can count on to provide you with safety, protection, companionship, especially in a fight, especially in this dark, dark world of hell we currently reside in. They are the only virtues that you could ever aspire to. The pack is everything. Everything outside of the pack is crap.
What's a pack?
Oh, a pack is a group of motherfucking vampires that share the blood cup in order to bind themselves to each other. That is the only real virtue that you will ever have in this dark, dark world. So, here's what you can do. You can stay here, rot, which is perfectly acceptable. You can be totally apathetic to the entire world and everything outside, and eventually they will come for you. They will burn you, kill you, and then send you to hell. A true, actual hell.
Who are they?
They are hunters. They hate you. They hate you for what you are. They hate you because you got a lucky shot at something bigger. They hate you because you don't want to play by their rules in this dark, dark world. You want to cheat. You want to actually be something. Do something. Live for something rather than die for nothing. Or you come with me, and I can reintroduce you to the rest of the pack. Your true friends, who are more than willing to accept you with open arms, no matter what condition you currently find yourself in, no matter how confused you are or how weak you become, they will always be there to offer their support and a helping hand and a friendly face. James Grant goes ahead and again flashes his fangs.
Friendly face. Mm, I I, I don't want to stay in here. Fine. I'll come with you.
James Graham goes ahead and looks over this female canine and just simply says, "Well, I could if I would, but I don't even know your name."
Kristen.
Oh, you're Christian. Right. You destroyed my subway.
I did what?
Well, don't you remember? You said that you were just gonna go out there to look for something and meet with somebody up, and then I come back into the city and I find the subway station, Briarville subway station, completely destroyed. And you right there in the middle of all of it. All those people that were just hacked to bits and then crushed by rubble.
I can't. No, I did. The subway station got destroyed?
Of
When?
course.
I, I can't remember that. I don't. What? I didn't do that.
You don't remember a subway station. Right. James Gann goes ahead and actually leaves the room for a second, leaving Lenore to herself just for a second as he goes ahead and goes into the trash, actually, because it would have been thrown in the trash by now. Comes back with some rustling pieces of paper with fast food stains on it as well. Tomato currently, licking the edge of it, clinging to it, and just goes ahead and, produces a newspaper detailing the events of the subway collapse in Briarville. No actual evidence of this particular canine being there, just the fact that it did happen.
She looks at it. She, with her free left hand, she just grabs the paper and looks at it more closely. It's like, what? That that actually happened? No. And then she just spots the date at the of the disaster, and she's like, "Wait, this can't be right. You're messing with my head again. This is not. That date is wrong.
How wrong is it?
This is not. This has not happened yet. This date still has to happen, right? How long was I locked up?
Let me just tell you, it takes quite a while for one particular soul to come back to a body.
Come back to a body? What do you mean?
Yes, you've come back to us, apparently. It just takes a while. Death is like a journey. Like life is a journey, death is like a journey. We don't really know what kind of trials and tribulations we'll face on this journey, but when we eventually reach, some stopping point, we have to take stock. And sometimes along the way, we sort of forget small little details such as time, place, reason, memory.
But I couldn't have been here. That strong. Even if I would have gotten back, as you say, this I could not have been here. What day is it?
No, it's about the 5th of the 5th.
Hmm. Okay. She just looks suspiciously at James at this point, but she seems to accept it. I know when I last left work, and that was in uh, out of character. I have no clue. Somewhere in December.
Right, right. Yeah, don't go back to work. Don't go back to anybody that you would have known when you were alive. Just don't do that. That just causes so many problems.
Why not?
Because if you go back to them and I find out, I'm just going to kill them.
You wouldn't.
Oh, I would. I very much would. What is a few more dead bodies in the streets while Zuster is already burning and already rivers of blood are flowing down the streets? What's just two more bodies to the pile?
But why can't I see them? I can just... Oh, they wouldn't believe me anyway. But I... Then what do I have to do?
Just come with me. Take your shots from me. Also, I have to make sure I understand this. Do you have any idea what the hell the Sabbat is?
Um, Sabbats? I know. What would... What would that matter? What is that?
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Okay. This is just long ass discussion, but I'll just cut it short with this. The Sabbat is a covenant between you, me, and all the rest of the vampires who are truly free within this world. We agree to certain codes of conduct. We agree to keep the freedom, or whatever the hell we want to do. And those people that want to curtail our freedom, well, we just go ahead and resist rather violently. The last few, yeah, the last few violent acts that have been reported on television are just that. Us free. Us free Canaanites fighting against oppression. Fighting for our own freedom. You're a freedom fighter. Did you know that, Kristen?
If we fight... You fight for freedom by killing. That's wrong.
It's like, no. We fight for freedom against the elders. Dark, evil abominations. Much more evil than me.
So we fight devils.
Yes.
So are vampires some sort of angels then? Force for good?
I know that there are some Canaanites who prescribe to such a path, prescribe that we should be punishing mortals who do not accept God's good graces, who constantly succumb to temptations. And then there are some other canines who simply indulge themselves into whatever perversity they can think of, simply to sedate themselves. But I think I can see that you're of the more, let's just say, divinely sort.
Okay. Well, this doesn't really make much sense to me yet, but I guess if I have to be whatever I am, you call it vampire, whatever, then I best learn. Can you teach me?
Me? Nah, probably not. I can lead you, I can guide you, I can provide and to tell you how to survive, but I can't really, teach you those kind of paths. Don't worry. There are other teachers. James Ryan is going to go ahead and risk it for a biscuit and release the other wrist.
She's gonna sit up and just hear you.
Right. You
Right.
froze up when
Yeah.
James went ahead and
Connection.
released the other wrist.
Ah, okay. Connection issues. Fucking hell. Just give me a moment to. Okay. Well, what she's gonna do? She's gonna sit up. And as any mortal would do, she reflexively just goes and feels her wrists too. But then she realizes that it doesn't actually hurt the way it should be, and she realizes once again, oh, right, yeah.
James Rand goes
And
ahead and grabs her by the wrist and caresses them, rubs them together, and say, "No circulation."
yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. But if this is the way that God has seen fit to lead me, then I will follow his path.
Fantastic. Just consider me one of your Saint Peters, or your Jezebels, or your Beatrixes, or just your Dante to my Virgil. Let's just go with that one.
Okay.
James Graham will go ahead and release the belts around her waist, her shins, her ankles, and just say, "Right, are you ready to walk out of here a free K night?"
She stands up and she just looks around the room again. Um, yeah, I guess.
James Graham will go ahead and take her by the hand, go ahead and stand his full stature, bring this female canine closer to himself, and just show his fangs a little bit, sort of nuzzle his face against her neck. His fangs just, pressing very lightly against that frozen, pale, dead flesh, and say, yes, good. I always liked you better than the rest."
At that point, she just freezes. It's like, what's gonna happen? Then, as he mentioned that he liked her better, she's just confused again. She's like, what? What do you mean? Right? You need to tell me. Did I actually already? Have I been walking around already? Is that normal?
Like I said, you took a journey.
I see. And she just holds on to his hand very tightly. At this point, she is like the only stable thing in this world, stable-ish. And she's just squeezing that hand very tightly. And okay, well, I guess that means we're going.
Yes. Just know this. You got something very special inside you. You got the blood. You got the good blood. Hoard it jealously, because there are others who will want to take it from you.
Okay, but there's no circulation. There's no. There's still blood in my body. And she just looks at her own hands again. How can you tell?
James Ram just goes ahead and points a pointed finger at her chest, pointing at the heart. It's there, right there.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to believe you at this point. I really don't understand this world, I think. I thought I knew what this world was about. Apparently, I don't.
James Graham will go ahead and leave instructions for Anne to go ahead and revive Yo-Yo, strapped to the definitely strapped to the bed before doing so, just so that if something were to happen, there's at least some kind of restraint there, and if need be, to go ahead and vacate the premises should she need to. No reason to have a frenzied canite out and about. In any case, James Graham will go ahead and lead this new female canite out into the bright world of flashing patrol cars, subway, I mean, headlights, greasy light poles, and all the other fantastic electronic blazing lights of Zuster City. We will end the scene.